when you got out of the car?
He's a pretty good driver. that was a lot of fun. That's what we need to come here and do. Run well, finish in front of that 14. You know, still have the points lead going into Homestead. It's just a huge day, you know, for Aflac, Ford, Subway, Scott's, Kellogg's, all these fans, sold out the place, and now we keep it interesting for Homestead. So I'm just so proud of my guys. They did a great job on pit road. Bob did a really good job with the strategy, and I'm as happy as I can be for Casey, you know, to get beat by someone. He's a good guy, and he races clean, and I know it's a real special one for him. So now we go to Ford Championship weekend. Couldn't be better. I'm excited. It's going to be a battle.
Let's talk about Homestead. You won 2 of the last 3 races there. I know you're sitting here trying to crunch the numbers. How many laps? You just need to beat them, basically. How good do you think your chances are over the 14 there?
I think they're good, but I truly believe it's going to be a good race. You know, they ran so well at Vegas. They ran well at Texas. They're going to be on their game. But, you know, that place is magical for us, and I really enjoy going there. I love racing there. And, you know, at the end of the day, I hope it's a good, hard race, and I hope it comes down to the fastest car winning this championship. That would be cool.
A lot of fun to watch. Couldn't be 2 more opposite guys going for the championship here.
And how about Ford versus Chevy and Edwards versus Stewart? How good is that? Doesn't get any better than that. Now, Tony, it looked like for much of the day you had the car to beat. You led 160 laps. And then with the 2 stops prior to the end, I heard Darian apologize for an adjustment that seemed to cost you. What happened?
Well, he shouldn't apologize for it. I mean, we just made another air pressure change, and we finally got too far on it. So we had an awesome Mobil 1 Office Depot Chevy today, and the Arctic Home program with Coca-Cola, we were proud of that, and Sprint and everybody, just an awesome day. We're still where we need to be. We just did almost everything we needed to do. We led a lap, led the most laps, and just came up 2 spots shy, but just was a little bit too loose on entry the last 2 runs there, and thought Darren made a really good call there with just gas only at the end, and able to run Jeff down there and you know, get back to 3rd there. So we're keeping him honest.
Now, we talk about that final pass. So with 9 laps to go, you climb up on the steering wheel and you run Jeff Burton down and make the pass. How important was that?
Well, we'll see next week. I mean, it could come down to that. So you know, every point counts right now, and you know, that's why we raced Carl so hard and Casey so hard, was to make sure that we led enough laps to lead the most laps today. So you know, we're going for every single point we can get right now.
Tony, 3 points, 2 men, 1 race, and 1 championship. How do you win it at Homestead next week?
Just keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we got a 3rd and 2 wins in the last 3 races, so we're going to keep the pressure on him, and we're going to make him sweat it out.
Tony Stewart, 1 to go and 1 to win a title. How about that, Alan?
I love it, Doc. And we do go to the season finale with basically Tony Stewart racing head-to-head for the championship. They basically raced head-to-head for much of this race. Thoughts on what you see from these 2, what you saw today and what you see looking ahead to next Sunday?
Well, I think what we've seen is just what we've seen in this chase. These are the 2 best drivers and teams right now. They're doing everything they need to do. They took a racetrack that was a big unknown to them and battled it out right here today. One of them, Tony, led the most laps. Carl was right there. Looked like he might have a chance to win at the end. So these are 2 championship drivers, both Tony being a former champion, but both will be great champions, whichever one it is, when we leave next week.
Yeah, both of these teams are at the top of their game. And, you know, what Carl Edwards did, his car wasn't really that good in the beginning, but they worked on it, got it better and better, made good pit calls, good pit stops, didn't make any mistakes. You know, make that last green flag stop and came out there with a good finish and maintained the point lead.
And so Edwards and Stewart finishing 1 position apart, 1 point apart today. And again, with Tony leading the most laps, they played to a draw today. And now next weekend, it goes down to a heads-up race in the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. So you've been in these final races trying to clinch a championship before. Does it basically being heads-up ease or add pressure on driver, crew chief, and pit crew?
It's pressure, I promise you. You're not going to sleep well. I don't care if you're the leader or you're the crew chief or driver of the 2nd place car. You're just not going to sleep well because it means so much. You work so hard for this, and when it comes down to you can just about reach out and touch it, it's going to be a long week for these guys.
Yeah, they're going to have to talk about it a lot. Obviously, a lot of press conferences, giving their opinions, what they're going to do. And, you know, when you look at Homestead, you would normally give Carl Edwards the advantage. 2 out of the last 3 races, he's won there. You think about how fast that Ford is there. But Tony Stewart and his Chevrolet here, I mean, my gosh, they've just been incredible in this chase. So I expect them to battle for the win, and then whoever wins this race, to possibly be a champion. That's the way it's designed to be.
My opinion, this is one that resonates with me because it's not a 15th or better or 9th or better. They're going to race for it head-to-head for 400 miles next Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway. That on the chase. Now let's talk about today's race some more with some of the other top finishers on today. Another good finish for Jeff Burton, Doc.
Third top 10 finish in the last 4 races, talking about building momentum for next year. And Jeff, that final battle, you and Tony Stewart, he was trying to take it and you were trying to keep that spot.
Well, you know, he's right now every point means everything right now, and we got really tight there at the end, and he had a lot of momentum, and I didn't I didn't slam into him or anything, but I wasn't gonna give him the spot, but he earned it and got it, and it was a good day for us. Caterpillar Chevrolet was good really all day, and real proud of everybody. You know, when things are tough, it's you find out what people are made out of, and my group has just kept digging and kept their heads up, and real proud of everybody because nobody's quit on this team not once, and I'm real proud of that.
What has turned it around for you guys? These last 3 or 4 races, you had a chance to win it at Talladega, but had just a little bit short on fuel at Texas. I mean, you've had some shots. Big change over the past month or so.
Well, you know, it's we've always worked hard, and this thing we didn't get in this hole because of one person. We just were looking at things wrong, and we started changing how we're looking at things. I've gotten a little more involved in trying to understand exactly what's in the cars, because that's really it's really a departure for me not to be involved. So I've become a little more involved, but that hasn't had much to do with it other than me understanding what's in the car. I think that does matter. So just a lot of work, a lot of effort, and everybody's just hitting the right buttons right now.
A great run today.
Thank you.
Jeff Burton, a 4th place finish, 2nd top 5 of the year. Jamie Little.
And Ryan Newman finished 1 position behind him, his first top 5 in the chase. And you guys weren't too happy to start, but the second half, your car really came around. How much did this track change?
It didn't change a whole lot, I don't think. We were really tight to start, and obviously the track position was horrible starting 30th. But the guys on the U.S. Army Chevrolet with the Veterans Day special paint scheme, that was an amazing comeback for us to go from 30th to 5th. Really proud of that. Tony kept himself in the hunt, and we're just doing all we can. That was a good run for us today. We had a good day on pit road. We've had some struggles here in the chase on pit road, but to come back from where we did, or start from where we did, and end up talking to you now, it's a good day. So, and we're also talking about the polar bears, Coca-Cola polar bears, trying to help them out for their habitat up in the Antarctic this year too. So,
good job. We like polar bears.
I mean, it's refreshing Coke. Thinking about nice, cool atmosphere.
Good job, Ryan.
Hot and sweaty.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you one more question with your teammate Tony Stewart in the championship hunt. How have things changed in the organization? How focused are even you guys in helping him get it?
We're really just doing our job. I mean, our job is to get our car as fast as we can, and if his car or his team has struggled, and they have those notes to go off of, and that's basically as simple and as complex as it is. Obviously in a racetrack we do everything we can to help and not take away from each other, and we never had any situations to have to worry about that today, but mostly it's just business as usual and making sure we share our notes and dot all our I's and cross all our T's.
Running top 5, you're helping your teammate out. Good job, Ryan Newman. Dave?
Jamie, in the first Phoenix race this year, A.J. Allmendinger, a top 10 on the old Phoenix. On the new Phoenix, actually ran as high as 2nd, and then a top 10 again, a 6th place finish, A.J. So I guess it doesn't matter what they build here, you're going to run well.
I like to think so. The Wicks Filters Ford was really fast. Greg Irwin, all the guys back at RPM, everybody here at the racetrack and back at the shop, just built a great race car. And I really thought we had a chance to win the thing. We were up front all day. Once we get a long run in, I could run down Tony and Carl and start catching them. I really thought we had a good chance. And that second to last restart, or the last restart basically, just didn't have the tires that agreed with us. We just got a little bit loose and got swallowed up on the restart. Tony got loose in front of me, and we fell back to like 11th or 12th, and just from there on had to fight back. But the car was so fast. I was having so much fun driving, probably the most fun I've ever had. And these guys are doing a great job. I really want to win for them by the end of the year. Hopefully at Homestead we can do it, but we're getting closer. It feels okay right now. Feel better tomorrow the way we ran, but I really wanted to win this thing. But Tony Hirschman, my spotter, everybody kept me calm. It was a good day.
Well, based on how you ran it, do you think they should do anything to it at all, change-wise? The track, that is?
Just let me start up front on the last restart, and then we'll be good. No, the race was actually pretty good. For what I thought the track was going to be like on Friday here, and it was so fast and so one groove, I felt like we could really race. You still had to be careful. You got into the dirt, you were really screwed, so it was still a little bit treacherous, but I thought it was good racing, and it seemed like for the whole time I was up front enough to see there's battle for the lead the whole time. So hope the fans enjoyed it. It was a solid crowd, fun day. Go to Homestead and try to win this thing.
Good racing remains at Phoenix, even in the new configuration. Vince?
With Jay Fry and Jay, the Vice President, General Manager of Red Bull Racing, trying to take those victory pictures. This is a good inconvenience to have, but congratulations on the win. What does this do for the efforts of trying to get this team back next year in the series?
Well, it certainly does a lot. Obviously, this is why we do it. Casey and Kenny, everybody in this team's done a phenomenal job all year. Couldn't be more proud to have them. You know, we knew this coming in was a one-year program, but the last couple of months has been, you know, incredible what we've done. You know, if the team would have been the chase, I think we're second, third in the points, something like that right now. So it's a great team. Obviously, winning doesn't hurt anything, so we'll see what happens this week.
Congratulations. Thanks, Jay. Alan?
Vince, thank you. Carl Edwards paid a visit to Casey Kane, and congratulations there in victory lane. After Kane scores the win here at the Phoenix International Raceway, continuing the trend of this racetrack breaking long dry spells. Yeah, this was the last one for Casey before today, Labor Day weekend 2009. Driving that red 9 car then when he scored the win at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Well, lots happened since then, but they've been really, really strong. We've talked about them getting to victory lane. They made it happen today.
And I want to just pay off just for a second what this might do for the efforts to find an investor in this Red Bull Racing team. Jay Fry, I mentioned earlier, but Jay told me this morning that there are conversations ongoing. They didn't really expect anything to be firmed up with anyone till at least after Thanksgiving, but still remain hopeful. I guess if you're going to showcase what you got, this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, when you have a commodity that you can say won a cup race, then you've got something there. I'm sure that anybody coming in would say, well, can't we keep Kenny Francis and Casey Kane along with the deal? But you know, it does show that they have the people.